Although visitor spending is on the rise, some parts of New Zealand are still doing it tough. A government survey's found international visitor spending increased by 10% and contributed more than $12 billion to the economy in the year ending March. That's 9.2% up on the previous year. It reflects an increase in international visitors, topping 3.3 million arrivals, up from almost 3.2 million. Queenstown Mayor Glyn Lewis told Ryan Bridge it's good news, but also highlights the uneven nature of the spend across New Zealand.
I think there's a little bit more effort to try and collaborate more between different regions and see if we can spread the love.
The government's firing a warning shot to state-owned companies, asking them to improve their returns. Minister responsible for SOE, Simeon Brown, has told NZ Post and Landcorp the government is disappointed and concerned by their performances in documents released by Treasury. He adds they need to deliver a bold and challenging turnaround plan. ACT leader David Seymour says the government has to ask questions about how these companies are performing. The country's drink packaging waste could be halved, currently making up a quarter of all litter. New international comparison research shows this can be reduced by introducing a container deposit return scheme adopted by more than 50 other countries. Slovakia's scheme currently allows people to claim back a deposit of 26 New Zealand cents on each bottle or can they return. Zero Waste Network advocate Sue Coots says surveys show 80% of Kiwis see demand for one here. The Helen Clark Foundation says infrastructure spending needs a rethink. A report from the organisation argues that more needs to be invested in infrastructure maintenance rather than new projects. Foundation Deputy Director Carly Mercier says renewals and repairs are much cheaper, and she says there's no need to be chasing glamorous new projects. Believe tertiary students should qualify for the government's winter energy payment. Victoria University Student Association has relaunched a petition calling for the group's inclusion. Beneficiaries are able to get up to $32 a week to help heat homes in the winter, while students are ineligible. Welfare Vice President Josh Robinson says that they first launched the petition last winter after seeing students struggle to afford heating for their flats.
Since then, we've seen that the government continues to neglect student poverty and outright neglect the energy poverty crisis that's in New Zealand, especially with the recent budget announcement.